Hello, hello, hello. This is your boy Full Armor, and today we're going to talk about the impending matchup between Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira. Let's go. As you all may know, Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya won their respective matches yesterday at UFC 276, right? And they called each other out. The match is pretty much solidified between these two, and not only that, the fans are now into it because the fans seem to know the history between the two. They seem to want to fight, and eyes equal money in the fight business. So today someone asked me why doesn't Pereira just work his way up like everybody else to the title shot, and I'll explain to you why, and I'll give you one clear and cut example. One very similar situation. Why did Joanna and Valentina Shevchenko get matched up for the vacant flyweight belts back in 2018? Pretty much the match that led to Valentina Shevchenko's reign as champion today. They got matched up because of their history with each other. Now, before Valentina Shevchenko and Joanna Jędrzejczyk even thought of MMA, these two were Muay Thai fighters. And during their Muay Thai tenure, these two fought 3 times. So whether the fans knew it or not, these two are very familiar with each other. And once the UFC kind of saw that angle, they kind of pushed that out. To get the fans on it, you know what I mean? To get the fans' eyes on it. And like I said before, eyes equal money, right? And this is virtually the same thing with Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya. Before these two even thought of MMA, these two were kickboxers. And they fought each other twice in 2017. The story is there. The stylistic matchup is there. And now, as of last night, the eyes on the idea is there. The eyes on the match. The fans demanding and wanting the match is there. Let's be honest. The UFC matchmakers probably matched Pereira and Strickland together in the hopes that Pereira would beat Strickland so Pereira could go up in the rankings and they would have more incentive to set up the fight between him and Adesanya. Pereira couldn't just beat some average Joe Schmo and then claim I won a title fight, because then at that point everybody would be saying, why do you deserve it? Sure, there's the history, but now that he beat a top 5, he is automatically contender status at this point. He may not be the number 1 contender, but there's a reason the number 1 contender is called the number 1 contender. It's because there's contenders before the number 1. There's number 2, number 3, so on and so forth, right? So what I'm trying to say is that rankings don't matter until they matter. The UFC definitely got what they want. They definitely got the outcome they were looking for. In my opinion, Pereira is not no Costa. Israel Adesanya is not going to pick him off the way he did Costa. He's not going to pick him off the way he did Vettori. This is going to be his hardest match yet, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it. I think it's probably going to be one of the greatest middleweight matches ever, as I may have said earlier. So let's see what happens. In my opinion, if we're going to see it, it's probably going to be by the end of the year, if not early next year. Well, that's it. Full Armor out. And to all my Americans out there, have a happy July 4th.